Michael here with Ken Fagan Truck and Trailer, and today we're going to look at some components commonly found on all trailers that you should be looking at on a daily basis and annual basis. Starting off with your coupler, make sure it operates freely. There's no damage visible. Always make sure you have a pin as a secondary latch. It has adjustable coupler. Make sure your mounting bolts are torqued properly. Your breakaway system. This is designed to be hooked to the tow vehicle, and in case of a detachment, the lanyard pulls the plunger out of the switch, which uses 12 volts from an onboard battery source to power the brakes to slow the trailer down. And annually, you should pull that plunger, jack the trailer up, and make sure it is fully engaging the brakes at each wheel. Next, we're going to take a look at safety chains. Make sure your hooks are in good shape. They're pinned and have a cotter pin installed. There's no visible damage. They've not been drug on the highway. If these have been drug on the highway, they should be replaced. You have jeopardized the integrity of those chains. Next thing you're going to check daily with each use is your light connector, whether it be a 7-way or a 4-flat. Look at all the terminals to make sure they are clean and free of corrosion. If these terminals are corroded, they should be cleaned. It will affect one function of your trailer. It is always a good idea to store this downward to keep moisture from settling in those terminals. Once you've verified that, you've plugged it into your tow vehicle, making sure that this latch is fully seated. Then you're going to verify your lights all function. Marker lights, tail lights, your turn signals, brake lights, reverse lights if equipped. Now moving toward the rear of the trailer, the next thing you're going to come to is lug nuts. Always verify torque spec on your lug nuts with your manufacturer. On a new trailer, these should be done prior to leaving the dealership. Then again at 25, 50, and 100 miles. Anytime you hit a pothole, it is a good idea, especially with aluminum wheels, to verify the torque spec on that wheel. You're good. Next thing you should do is verify your tire pressure is per manufacturer recommendation. Date code on all trailer tires is usually found on the sidewall right next to the DOT number. First two numbers represent the week. The last two numbers represent the year. As pictured, this tire was manufactured the 40th week of 2024. Trailer tires should be replaced every 3 to 6 years. Visually look at the tire for any weather cracking, abnormal wear, or damage that could have occurred. Moving to the rear of the trailer, we're going to talk about what you should look at monthly. Zerk fittings. Everywhere there's a pivot point on this trailer, there is a Zerk fitting. Those will accept grease. They will extend the life of these hinges and make these doors and spreader gate function properly. Moving around to the right side of the trailer, we're going to stop and take a look at the pivot pin. This pin attaches the main frame to the dump body, so when you lift this trailer up, this is your point of connection. It is paramount that you grease these on a monthly basis to push out any moisture that has built up in this pin and provide proper lubrication. Moving up to your spring equalizers, these should be looked at. These are greasable. Those should also be greased once a month. Verify that there's no damage, loose hardware. All of your eyelets are tight on your springs. if your trailer is equipped with a spring ride axle and not a torsion ride axle. Moving back to your wheel hubs, monthly, it'd be a good idea to pop these rubber caps off your hubcaps. Visually look at the condition of the grease in these hubs. Make sure there is grease in your hubs. Also, if it's dark, black, metallic, you may have an issue. If you over-grease these hubs, you will push grease into your brake drum, coating your brake shoes. That would result in inadequate braking, smoking, the list goes on. Annually, these should be taken down, cleaned, inspected, repacked with fresh grease, a new seal, and your brakes cleaned and adjusted. If you do not perform this annually or 12,000 miles, it may result in a failure that can be seen here. 7+ hours away from home and now requires a new spindle to be welded on or a full-on axle replacement. The next thing we're going to talk about is looking at the undercarriage of your trailer. If inspecting your dump trailer, always use your prop rod. Safely let the dump body rest against the rod while you are underneath the unit. Look at your floor, cross members are welded in, your main frame, all points of connection at your hinge pins, your lifting mechanism, brake wiring. Now is a good time to inspect your U-bolts that mount your axle to the springs if your trailer is equipped with a spring suspension. So we're Ken Fagan Truck and Trailer, 4125 Compton Bridge Road, exit 5 off I-26, Campobello, South Carolina, the trailer place.